Friends and family, welcome to another video. In this one, we're talking about my liver detox. As I promised, I was going to come back and let you know how that went, what it was all about, why I did it, and also what to expect if you choose to do one during the process and after. So you all saw, hopefully by now, the video of the ingredients that I used, what I used and how I took all of those in every day for at least 2 weeks. Again, I've made it a lifestyle. So it's not just a detox, but it's actually a way to keep your liver healthy so it can function better and so that you can live better, okay? So looking at all the ingredients, and if you haven't seen it, I'll try and link my video somewhere here, if not in the comments down below, what the ingredients are, and taking this every day for 2 weeks and making sure to minimize things that will, I don't want to say nullify, but have the opposite effect or cause damage to my liver. So if you're trying to detoxify something or remove something that is bad, you don't ingest other bad things, right? Because you're then defeating the entire purpose. So let me start with the reason why I embarked on this journey. I have a problem with my gallbladder where it forms stones, right? And I've had this problem for over a decade. My conventional doctors are basically telling me, well, just there's no rhyme or reason, just some people just develop gallstones. It could be poor diet, eating too many fats. It could be that your cholesterol is high, and they came up with all these reasons. And they said, but sometimes you may be the cleanest living person when it comes to your diet, and still you develop gallstones. So, if it's bothering you, just take it out. I heard this from doctor after doctor after doctor. I'm like, okay, y'all are not too bright for going to school for so long. These are the answers you got for me? Anyway, so of course I did some research and found out, a lot of people get their gallbladders taken out because it causes them, issues, pain, complications, and sometimes it can end up causing some kind of cancer. So you have to be very, very careful, if you choose to do what I'm doing and choose not to take the gallbladder out, but you want to heal your gallbladder. So in doing more research, I discovered, which you all may already know, but I didn't, that the bile that is stored in the gallbladder comes from the liver. The gallbladder does not create bile. It comes from the liver, and the gallbladder stores it, and it becomes more concentrated in there, so that when you eat excessively fatty foods or foods that are difficult for your system to break down, the gallbladder squeezes out some bile, and it helps with digestion and breakdown of those things so that your intestines can absorb them into your body, right? So this is the journey I was on before, where I'm trying to heal my gallbladder and trying to take things that will break the stones down, and I've been told that stones can be broken down. Well, let me tell you what. That's a lie. That's a lie, because I had some stones that were 7 millimeters and now they're 4. This has been in a matter of 9 months. Okay, so let me just, anyway, conventional doctors and I, we just don't mix. So coming to find out that, yeah, I can treat the gallbladder, but if I don't treat the source of the issue, the root cause, which is the liver, where the bile is formed, then I'm going to keep having these stones forming, and I'm going to have to keep going through this churn for the rest of my life. So that was like a light bulb moment, right? So I said to myself, and none of my tests for my liver have come out saying, of course, these are conventional doctors, have come out saying that my liver is bad or it's a fatty liver or whatever, So I'm like, if my liver is not unhealthy, What a problem with the bile. Anyway, so I follow this doctor called Dr. Berg. He has millions of followers, and I'll try and remember to link this specific video in here. And he has several about the liver and the gallbladder also. So anyway, in doing that, watching that video is when I decided, okay, let me make my liver healthier so it can produce healthier bile. Because again, I didn't have high cholesterol. I don't eat fatty foods. I don't eat a whole lot of fried foods. My diet is not, look at me. Look, this, I'm like barely 115 pounds. Barely. On some days, I'm actually 113 and going down. I'm like, so I am not overweight. I don't eat fatty things. You know, I don't eat fried foods consistently. Once in a while, I enjoy myself some Popeyes here or there. Okay. I'm not an alcoholic where an alcohol can also give you fatty liver. So I'm like, anyway, so coming to find this out, I embarked on this journey to cleanse my liver. And you will see the video before this, all the ingredients. So I started feeling some kind of way, and I didn't realize it was symptoms of trying to cleanse my liver and make it healthier. And the liver is one of the few organs in your body, if not the only one, that can regenerate itself and heal itself with the right supplements and ingredients. So I was getting headaches, I was waking up with headaches, which I usually don't. And the headache was like at the nape of my neck going up to the back of my head. Really weird. Congestion. My nose like dripping all the time. Like, like what? I don't have a cold. I tested many times to see if I had COVID. Nothing. But now doing this research, one of the symptoms, right? Irritability. Oh my goodness. My temper. I sent some things to a few co-workers. I hope they didn't record. Nausea. So I've had a problem where, this is years ago, where I would eat, if I eat eggs in the morning, I would feel nauseous. So I started eating it late in the, maybe later in the day, closer to the afternoon and whatnot. And I got to a point where I could actually eat eggs late in the morning, not early, not as soon as I wake up, but maybe like 2-3 hours later. And I could hold it down because I love eggs. Well, let me tell you what, during this period, did I not go eat myself an apple, drink my tea, my green tea and whatnot, and then, 3 hours later, I'm like, let me eat this scrambled egg my husband made. No, it was actually an omelet. After the third bite, I don't know, I don't want to be gross, but if you throw up, you know how it is, you start getting that salivating like in your mouth, not because of, food that you like or whatever it is that you've seen, but just when you're about to throw up, that stuff just starts coming in your mouth. And in the past, when it's happened, I've been able to hold it back, drink something cold, chilled, keep it down, I'm good. Sip on some ginger ale or whatever it is, I'm good. Not this time. I try for like 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I'm sitting at my desk, right? This is in the morning at work, like 11 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, I better head for the bathroom. Like seconds after I got there, lifted that toilet seat and everything, my tea, my yummy apple, and the eggs, like wretch, all came out. Nausea, yeah. Muscle joint pain. I was like, what's going on that, I'm feeling, my lower back, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and even my shoulder, this shoulder right here is starting to feel better. I'm like, what's going on? Symptoms when you're detoxifying your liver. Fatigue, oh, mercy. I would be like, why is it I feel like I can't get enough sleep? Can't get enough sleep. I was sleepy all doggone day. When I say all day, dude, let me just tell you. So again, it ends, my 2-week period ends today of doing this liver detox cleanse slash healthier liver thing. And right now I have like, you hear me, you hear my voice. I have energy like through the roof. But in the beginning, that first week to week and a half, child, please. So that's what happened to me. I can't say that's what you should expect, but definitely I had that situation. Now, again, it's only been a couple of weeks, but I can tell you in the last few days, my energy has been amazing, right? And even before I did the liver cleanse, I had a problem with energy. Within a couple of hours after waking up, I'd be a little sleepy or groggy. I'd take my supplements and whatnot, and I'd be sort of okay. I'd kind of make it through to the evening, and then, yeah, in the night, try to sleep. I wasn't sleeping very well. Now I sleep like a baby. I used to have to sleep with earbuds because a pin dropping on carpet would wake me up. Now, I don't need no earbuds and I don't hear a thing. I'm like out, dead asleep. And when I wake up, oh, I'm up. I am up. What do you need? I'm up. I'm just saying. And this is just the past 3 or 4 days, right? So definitely I see the benefit there. People are telling me I'm glowing and I have a vibrance about me. So I guess that I can only attribute it to these last 2 weeks of what I was doing. The other thing is that when I sleep, oh, I did say that already. What was I just about to say? Oh, the other thing, dude, I had bags under my eyes that were the size of golf balls. Okay. The size of golf balls. By halfway through this liver cleanse, detox slash healthier liver situation, they had reduced by half. Literally, like, because the worst time of eye bags for me is when I wake up in the morning. And they look like some, I mean, as soon as my husband sees me, like, you didn't get enough sleep, did you? I'm like, actually I did, but my eyes just like that, dude. And it's night and day difference with the eye bags. I will continue again with this and see what happens. There are many things that you want to research before you do a liver detox. Of course, you have to consult with your doctor. My skin, it seems like there was some kind of a purge. I had some pimples. Right now I have makeup on so you can't see. But I will try and put a picture of myself without makeup and you'll see. Pimples, you know, I'm like, and here, as I was doing this detox thing, I'm like, excuse me, what? You know, here, yeah. So those are some of the things that came out. But my skin texture feels better. It looks more moisturized. It actually does. Even right after I wash my face and I haven't put any products on there yet, it looks more moisturized. My focus, I don't have foggy brain. I don't have foggy brain anymore. I used to, where I was walking around like a zombie, like, you know, in a haze. I don't have that anymore, which is incredible to me. So I'm not telling you these things as in, you know, things that I've read about what happens. I'm telling you my experience, and I will research, you know, what happens after your liver detox. I'll research what happens during your liver detox, and if there's anything that is different from what I experienced, I'll add it in here for you so that you have an idea, a more holistic idea of what to expect. But this is definitely subjective, as in it is my response to my liver cleanse, my liver detox kind of lifestyle. So I'm saying all this to say it helped me out. The liver is one of the most important organs outside of the heart in your body. No joke. It does a lot of work. It's basically your filter, your hormone balancer, I can't even go in there. I will just link some of the different videos that I've looked at that give you all that information, and maybe websites as well, okay, and put it in there for you. But if you have any issues, a lot of times the root cause is that specific organ, okay? And your conventional doctor will not tell you that. Why? Because when you're not sick, they don't make money. Remember that. When you are not sick, your conventional doctor does not make money. So everything that they tell you, take it with a pinch of salt. Do your own research. I'm not saying all of them are terrible, but my experience so far, you're not too bright. Not for me, not the ones that I've had. They're not too bright at all. So friends and family, that's all I wanted to tell you. I don't want to make this video so long that it goes into next year. But as you can see, I am striving to thrive, and I'm expecting you to do the same thing. If you're watching this video, whether you're subscribed or not, try in your life to just thrive. You don't want to just exist. There's so much around us that we need to do, and that we should try to live for, you know, our loved ones, co-workers, you know, even people that we meet along the way in our lives. There are missions that we were put on this earth for, and we definitely want to complete them in the best way that we can before our time is up. As you know, I mean, people are falling like flies left and right, especially during COVID. And for me, I want to make sure that I am the healthiest that I can possibly be. This body was given to me by God, okay? I have to take care of it. It's not just for me to feel good, but this vessel was a gift that God gave me. So I am not playing with it, okay? I am striving to thrive, and I feel the need to continue to do that in order to have the strength and the intelligence, the capacity to accomplish the reason why God put me on this earth. Period. So all around, I want to do my best every day, all day. So with that being said, friends and family, I will see you in the very next video. Don't forget, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that as soon as I upload something, you're gonna know. All right? Take care of yourselves.